All right, welcome back to the Band Cave. I am the host. You know who I am. Thanks, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Let's get to the first video. Let's try to make this short. So I know some people don't like the long videos. It's difficult. I pick long videos and I start talking. My apologies. I try to keep it short.
What man that you want is going to come into your life with your baggage? Because the majority of you saying is have baggage, and you don't think that you don't think that you have baggage, but y'all have multiple kids by multiple men. So what man is going to sign up for that, to sign this 360 deal, to come in? And a lot of y'all that's in y'all early 30s, right? I'm not talking about the woman that have health risks, that might not be able to get pregnant again. Y'all are out here dating and saying y'all don't want to have any more children. This is not for the ones that can't have them. This is for the ones that was reckless when they were young.
Let that sink in. The recklessness. I think that during the birth of daytime television, like the Maury Poverages, the Jerry Springers, even before that, the Jenny Joneses, and I'm sure I keep forgetting that. It's been so many years. All these talk shows were catered to women. They made them feel good when they were sitting at home doing nothing. They also basically were always making them the victim. Maury Povich got rich off of them, of making you the victim. Jerry Springer let me rephrase that. Jerry Springer allowed you to be clowns. Maury Povich allowed you to be victims. You all both made choices. In the process of that, they always had to have the same lines. Oh, I was a wild child, Maury, and everyone felt bad, and in the audience, and they said, "Oh," I'm sure they all got paid gift cards to do exactly what they were told to do. But the funny thing about the whole thing is that you're going out there demanding guys to date you, demanding guys to accept you as you are, while you have baggage. That's why I say, women with children, you better pick the right man and work with that man. Because honestly, the man you pick to have children with, accept the fact that you're going to have to work with that man. And you can hide behind, oh, well, what if he's abusive and this and that? You guys usually will stay with that man regardless, and then move the goalposts or make excuses for why you had to stay with him. I don't want to hear it anymore. Stop making excuses and owning up to it. And the sad part is that we as a society, we allow you to make excuses for your piss poor behavior. How do you expect people or men to consider you equal when you look for excuses to make yourself less than? Own up to your choices. I don't want to hear, but this thing happened. No, I made a bad choice. I'm living with it. The end, like a man would. You want to be equal to a man? Take responsibility that you chose a piss poor man.
So you want a man to come into your life, pay for your multiple kids who got all type of emotional trauma because they didn't have no father figure in their life.
And that's another thing that people don't really think about is your children. And I feel bad for children who have fathers that passed away from natural causes or whatever. But children who were created by a man and a woman who didn't really want them. It was not a mutual thing. So you hide behind, well, birth control isn't 100%. Neither is a condom, but you like to complain, say, well, you should have paid attention to what you stuck your pee into, and you men don't like using rubbers, right? You hear that a lot. You women, for some reason, don't like using birth control. Oh, well, it doesn't work all the time. So you take a risk that you have sex with a woman with a man. I'm sorry. You would take a risk having sex with a man that you don't even fully understand or trust. Nobody wants to talk about that. Nobody wants to talk about that. And for the people who say, "Oh, you just hate women," you're choosing to piss poor men. Don't blame me. I'm just reporting what you guys are putting out there. How can you have all these kids and you trust every last one of them? That seems to be a personal problem. But these poor children are growing up without a father, and we like to keep saying, well, I was raised without a father and I turned out just fine. That's a coping mechanism. You are the minority. Statistically, more kids over your belief that just because you made it Kids with two parents do way better than just one. Even still, better with a father and no mother. Statistically, you see more children go to jail and have more mental problems when it's just the mother raising them. Y'all don't want to agree with that. You don't want to accept that, but you sure as hell will listen to statistics when it's convenient.
So you got kids that's banging their head on the wall, kids that's going to school, fighting teachers and fighting because they got emotional trauma.
I don't know about that banging their head thing. What the hell are you talking about? that may be something else. But I do agree with the whole thing of getting into trouble everywhere else.
You got teenagers that y'all raised that work in these Popeyes and these Wendy's, and when adults go in there and speak and say good morning, they don't know how to open their mouth. So you got kids out here that's going around stealing Kias and Hyundais because there's no father figure around. But you want a man to come in.
Yeah, that's the other thing that most people don't talk about. This new generation doesn't know how to say hi to people. And it's not even just with the younger generation. It's just, I think, so we used to come from a generation where the elder groups would basically encourage the younger groups, and they would follow because that's how we do things. We do things differently now. The young group now encourages the old group to do what they're doing. Like, saying hi is like the most difficult thing for people. How can you be the elder and be influenced by the youth? Make that make sense. But these kids don't know how to say hi to people unless they know them. These kids don't know how to be respectful unless they know the person. Like, hi, bye. Did we wake up in the same bed as my mother would say? No. So you can say hello, good morning. When you go to work, if they know you, they'll say hi to you. But if they don't know you, they don't know how to say hi to you. It's not just a young person, but the young group are encouraging the elder groups to do this. And it's ridiculous that we're pushing this nonsense.
And pay for you and your raggedy ass kids. You do not think that that's a issue. I'm not signing up for that. And you gonna give me a kid of my own? You saying in your early 30s you are done having kids? You had me absolutely up. Nobody pay.
Well, they bleeped it out, so I don't have to do it for them. But yeah, it's 100% true. When you make a decision like, oh, I'm not having any more kids, and the guy wants kids, you better be a woman that, well, I'm not going to give you any kids, so you're going to accept it as it is, which is cool. That's cool. You'll just be used as a toy, and that's it. Plain and simple. But if you're also, if I want you to understand something, if you're the woman that doesn't say that, when you say you don't want to have kids, you better not ask that man to go above and beyond for you. Don't do it. Do not do it, because the honest truth is what you want is a simp. You got everything you want from the alpha seeds, and then you looking for that beta needs, and you'll treat the beta way worse than you would ever treat the alpha, because you know better than to talk to the alpha like that. Once a beta, you start putting restrictions on there, saying all the things you don't do. And if you're that type of chick that says, oh, I used to do all these type of things in bed, this and that, and the third, yada, 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 I don't do that anymore. That means that she doesn't care about you enough. That means that you need to move on, but don't go out with a woman that will talk to you like that and tell you all the stuff that she used to do and that she don't do it with you, or the restrictions she puts on you that she would never put on you, and they say, well, you're getting the best part of me because I grew up and learned. Well, you're old. Why would I want the best part of you when you're ancient? Please, don't fall for that whole nice guys finish last nonsense. Simps finish last. That's what it really is. So that you have a complete understanding. Us at the man cave, we don't do that simp stuff. You may have done the simp stuff, but you evolved into a man who don't do simp stuff. Please don't be like these guys online. Oh, girl, I love your picture. Oh, let me drink your bath water. Or, oh, no, DM me, girl. You want an internet 304. You want something that has been spread to everyone else like a you-know-D. Please stay away from that.
If you are a real man, as soon as you start dating her, right after the first date, the first thing you need to be doing is, number one, picking up her cell phone bill, making sure that you get, hey, baby, how much do your nails cost? How much does your hair cost every month? I'm going to make sure that I Zelle you this amount of money, $300. I'll Zelle you on the first every month.
Yeah.
So that way you can make sure you get your hair done, your nails done, and I'll take care of your cell phone bill. Real men do that.
So the first date is really about figuring out how you can pay for everything that she's got going on.
I mean, basically,
Why
like,
shouldn't it be that?
And if you don't,
All right, this is fake. It's satire. They're not really serious about this, but let's just say that they are. This is the pandering that will get you noticed. Just tell them what they want to hear. Like I said before, tell them what they want to hear, and they'll love you. They'll love you because they want to be told what they want to hear. That's all. That's all that matters. The truth scares the crap out of them, but the lie makes them feel invincible.
make enough money, you either need to start working extra time
Just
or you need to leave that girl alone.
Just get a second job, or go get somebody else.
I can't tell if they're joking or not because they're hitting all the points in a very comical way that's making it sound like they care. I just feel like this is all for show and tell. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm gonna do some research on these guys a little bit later, and I'm gonna get back to you guys.
Go get somebody else. You're not suitable for her.
Nah.
I can't even tell if they're serious or not. But everything they're saying is exactly what these women online are telling them. They're saying and doing everything that they want to hear. And you notice that like everything is financial. My nails, my hair, but not once did you hear them talk about food.
For a real man, as soon as you start dating her, right after the first date, the first thing you need to be doing is, number one, picking up her cell phone bill, making sure that you get, hey, baby, how much do your nails cost? How much does your hair cost every month? I'm going to make sure that I Zelle you this amount of money, $300.
I'm going to tell you right now, anybody that does this, even if you're a passport bro and you're doing this nonsense, I'm going to tell you right now, you're being finessed, you're a simp. They know this, and you're not going to be taken seriously. Plain and simple. You're not going to be taken seriously.
$100, I'll Zelle you on the first every month.
Yeah.
So that way you can make sure you get your hair done, your nails done, and I'll take care of your cell phone bill. Real men do that.
So
I swear, if I find out any man in the man cave is doing any of this stuff, you're kicked out. You're booted. I don't care. Whatever. You're out. The game. You're out. Because that's pathetic. It's a joke. They're not serious. You really think that real men do that? Like, I want you to see the two different spectrums. There was the one man who's talking about how it's pointless. And it doesn't mean it, I'm going to be really honest with you because we're honest here. Single mother does not mean that you're done. It just means that you got to be the type of woman that knows that your kids are taken care of and that everything is A-okay. And in the process of that, you need to understand that you have two jobs. If you want a relationship, you got to work with that man. Don't play the game. Work with that man. He's there for you, and you're there for him. Your kids are always going to come there, but you better not put him dead last because you're gonna get used up like a normal single mother. But if you're a woman that understands purpose, you're going to make him a king because he's important to you. Don't forget that.
So the first date is really about figuring out how you can pay for everything that she's got going on.
Basically,
All right, I'm done with this. I'm 100% sure that this is a joke. They're just making fun of the whole concept of what women want. No, it's not. It's to vet if that woman is worthy to be with you. You as a man are the prize. That's why a whole bunch of women got mad because they don't want to admit this. The man is the prize always. A woman is a piece of article that can be placed into you until she has expressed herself or shown that she is worthy. You're the prize. She gets everything from you. She gets your body. What else does she get? Nobody wants to say this. The man is, she gets your money. She gets whatever comes with it. She can get your house in a divorce. What do you get from a woman except an extra body in the house. Because what they won't talk about is how, when they're at the table, do you give him peace? Do you give him comfort? It's not about just the cooking and cleaning. Do you give him a moment of clarity? If you don't do any of that and you're just talking about all the things you bring, like money, your degree, the things that no man cares about, it's not that we want stupid women. We just don't care about that nonsense. That's why you can get a man that'll take a girl that works at Burger King, but you can't get a girl that gets a bus who's a man who's a bus driver. You think finances is the end game because that's how you're built and designed to be. Men want peace. They'll take a broke woman. Women will take a broke pookie, but you will not take a broke man. But you'll take the broke man once he becomes popular enough, but you still won't choose him in your prime. You get him when you're in your decline. This is why I say two different spectrums of the men. You got one man that is calling out saying, it's a lot of work, especially for a man with no kids. And you got another one group of men who are pandering. This is why women are all effed up in the game, because they don't know what's right and what's wrong. And the problem is that they rather go to the pander than the man who's telling them flat out that you need to do better and don't make these mistakes. Yes, you can make mistakes, but you know how to vet men. You just choose not to when you're thinking with the wrong head.